The Monastery of Saint Paul. The Aegean Pavlou Monastery, a timeless legacy in the heart of Greece. Nestled on the cliffs of Mount Athos, in northeastern Greece, the Aegean Pavlou Monastery, Monastery of Saint Paul, is a monumental testament to the rich history, cultural significance, and spiritual depth of the Orthodox Christian tradition. Established in the 10th century, this monastery has stood the test of time, witnessing a myriad of events, including historical upheavals, political struggles, and profound spiritual movements. Its story is not just a tale of devotion and piety, it is a narrative interwoven with the ebb and flow of world history, political intrigue, and even controversy. A brief history of Aegean Pavlou Monastery. The Aegean Pavlou Monastery was founded in the 10th century, likely around 970 AD, during the Byzantine Empire's zenith. As is common with many monastic settlements on Mount Athos, the monastery was established by Byzantine monks seeking a retreat from the distractions of the secular world. The monastery takes its name from Saint Paul the Apostle, a central figure in Christianity, whose teachings on faith, grace, and salvation had a profound influence on the formation of early Christian doctrine. The origins of Aegean Pavlou are somewhat shrouded in mystery, but it is widely accepted that it was established by a group of monks seeking to establish a center of Christian spirituality on the Holy Mountain. According to tradition, the monastery was initially a small community of ascetics who lived in caves and small huts. Over the centuries, however, it evolved into one of Mount Athos's most important and influential monasteries. Its location on a steep, rugged cliff contributed to its isolation and gave it a unique sense of tranquility and divine closeness. Founding and purpose. The purpose behind the founding of Aegean Pavlou Monastery was much like that of other monasteries on Mount Athos, to create a sanctified space dedicated to the worship of God, ascetic living, and the preservation of Orthodox Christian monasticism. The mountain of Athos itself has been a center of Orthodox Christian monasticism since the 9th century, and its monasteries, including Aegean Pavlou, became integral to the spiritual life of the Eastern Orthodox Church. The establishment of Aegean Pavlou was not merely a retreat for monks, but also a center for the intellectual and theological development of early Christianity. Like many other monasteries in the Byzantine Empire, Aegean Pavlou served as a place where sacred texts were copied, theological discussions were held, and prayer was constant. The monks of the monastery played a crucial role in the preservation of Christian orthodoxy during turbulent times, and Aegean Pavlou, in particular, became known for its connection to world leaders and its role in the defense of the faith. A unique connection to world leaders. One of the most fascinating aspects of Aegean Pavlou Monastery is its historical connection to various world leaders, both religious and secular. The monastery's strategic location on Mount Athos placed it in close proximity to significant political and religious figures throughout history. It became known not only for its spiritual significance but also as a site where important figures in history sought guidance, solace, or divine intervention. During the Byzantine Empire, the monastery was often visited by emperors and nobles, who sought the prayers of the monks for the success of their endeavors. The monastery's importance in the Byzantine world cannot be understated, as it was part of a network of monasteries that played a key role in maintaining the cultural and spiritual life of the empire. Perhaps the most notable connection of Aegean Pavlou to world leaders comes from the Russian Empire. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the monastery became a key center for Russian pilgrims and Orthodox Christian officials. Tsar Nicholas II, the last emperor of Russia, is said to have visited Aegean Pavlou during his reign, reinforcing the importance of the monastery as a spiritual and political hub in the Orthodox world. Russian patronage and support for the monastery were instrumental in its continued growth and development during periods of political instability. In more recent history, Aegean Pavlou has also attracted high-profile visitors from the modern world, including Orthodox Christian dignitaries, scholars, and even heads of state. Its deep spiritual and historical significance continues to draw those in positions of power, who seek the wisdom and solace of the monastic community in a world often fraught with chaos and uncertainty. What the monastery is used for today. In the present day, the Aegean Pavlou Monastery remains an active center of Orthodox Christian monastic life. Like other monasteries on Mount Athos, it is a male-only monastic community, adhering to the ancient traditions of asceticism and prayer that have defined monastic life on Mount Athos for over 1,000 years. The monastery serves several purposes in contemporary society. First and foremost, it remains a center for spiritual life and religious devotion. Monks at Aegean continue the age-old practice of daily prayer, worship, and ascetic discipline, which are central tenets of Orthodox Christianity. Pilgrims from around the world come to Aegean to experience the tranquility of Mount Athos, to participate in the monastic liturgies, and to seek spiritual guidance. In addition to its spiritual role, the monastery has also become a center for the preservation of Byzantine art, manuscripts, and sacred relics. The Aegean Monastery houses an impressive collection of ancient texts and religious icons, many of which date back to the Byzantine era. These manuscripts and relics are invaluable to historians, theologians, and art scholars, offering a window into the religious and cultural heritage of the Eastern Orthodox Church. The monastery also plays a crucial role in the broader Orthodox Christian world by maintaining the spiritual traditions of Mount Athos. It is part of the broader monastic Republic of Mount Athos, a unique autonomous territory that operates under the sovereignty of Greece but is governed by the monastic community. This political structure allows the monks to maintain their independence and preserve their ancient way of life, untouched by the pressures of modern secular governance. Controversies and catastrophic events in its history. Despite its long and storied history, the Aegean Monastery has not been immune to the turbulence that has affected Mount Athos over the centuries. While it has largely been a place of spiritual refuge and religious devotion, the monastery has been involved in several controversies and catastrophic events that have shaped its trajectory. One of the earliest and most significant challenges the monastery faced was the iconoclast controversy in the 8th and 9th centuries. During this period, the Byzantine Empire was embroiled in a theological and political dispute over the veneration of icons. Some factions within the empire sought to eliminate the use of religious icons, while others, including the monks of Mount Athos, staunchly defended their importance in Christian worship. The monks of Aegean, along with other Athonite monasteries, were instrumental in preserving the veneration of icons during this period, even as the empire sought to suppress it. This theological struggle led to tensions between the monastery and imperial authorities, with Aegean ultimately emerging as a stronghold of iconophile resistance. Another catastrophic event in the monastery's history occurred in the 14th century, during the height of the Ottoman Empire's expansion into the Balkans. As the Ottomans seized control of much of Greece, including Mount Athos, the monasteries of the region, including Aegean, were subjected to heavy taxation and political pressure. Despite these challenges, the monastery managed to survive, largely due to its strong connections with Russia and other Orthodox nations, which provided financial and political support during this time of adversity. In modern times, the monastery has faced challenges stemming from the economic pressures facing Greece, as well as the broader challenges facing Mount Athos. The decline in the number of monks at many of the monasteries on the mountain, including Aegean, has raised concerns about the future of monastic life on Mount Athos. While the Greek government has made efforts to support the monasteries, the continued financial instability and the challenges of maintaining the ancient monastic way of life have made the future of Aegean and other monasteries uncertain. The Aegean Monastery as a symbol of endurance. The Aegean Monastery stands as a remarkable symbol of endurance and resilience, both spiritually and historically. From its humble beginnings as a small group of ascetics on Mount Athos to its current role as a center for Orthodox Christian monasticism, the monastery has withstood the test of time, remaining a beacon of faith, culture, and history. Its connections to world leaders, its contributions to the preservation of Christian tradition, and its unique position on the slopes of Mount Athos make it one of Greece's most important and revered landmarks. Despite the challenges and controversies that have punctuated its history, the Aegean Monastery continues to be a place of profound spiritual significance, providing a sense of peace, continuity, and connection to the divine for those who visit it. In a world often dominated by rapid change and secularism, the monastery remains a steadfast reminder of the enduring power of faith and the timeless quest for spiritual fulfillment.